Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So, the ongoing PSVR saga. So I said before that I had some issues with it, mainly an audio glitch that was a bit annoying. And I thought it was the headset, so I sent it off to be fixed, as it was still within the warranty period. I was very happy about that. And they've sent me back a brand new unit, a brand new headset, which is brilliant. But the audio glitch is still there. Yeah, this was not isolated to my headset. This is something else. And it certainly seems like it should be something that is patchable because it's intermittent. As I've said before, it doesn't happen all the time. Somebody else had commented saying that they think it's a PS4 Pro compatibility issue because they didn't have any of this issue when they had the original PS4 and then they upgraded to the Pro and they started getting this audio issue through headphones. So maybe it's a Pro compatibility thing, although I've heard other people with Pros never experienced this, so I'm completely fucking stumped. What I do know is, again, thanks to this same commenter that I've forgotten the name of, that you can pretty much solve it by just restarting the PlayStation. And that seems to have worked. Yeah, last night it started happening again. No sound through apart from these little bursts of noise through the headphones. And then just restarted it and played the game again and it was fine. So that was good. But you would think, yeah, this has got to be something patchable, given that it's intermittent. So hopefully they will. I know there's another new patch coming soon that's adding some cool features and things. And they keep patching it and stuff, so that's good. But yeah, I've got the new headset, brand new unit, and I know it's brand new because it still had those little stickers on them, on the decals and stuff, and it still had the stickers on the lenses. Now you're not going to be able to see. Right, no, you're not going to be able to see. I'm not going to bother trying to show you. There is actually a little mark, a little scratch on the lens, on one of the lenses here, and that led me to believe that. When you send your PSVR in, they send you out new units, but ones that they weren't able to sell. That looks like what's going on there, is that they're like, yeah, we can send you a new one replacement, but they don't, I don't know if they told, maybe they do tell you in the small print, but basically it looks like they've got a certain level of stock that they weren't able to sell, in the shops, because obviously someone's going to take it back if they find a little scratch on the lens, but they're still kind of good enough to be given out for free as replacements. I think that's what's happened. But actually, weirdly, it doesn't bother me at all. I can't see it unless I'm really, really looking for it, and it's certainly far less of an issue than the little black squiggly line that I had on one of my lenses before. That looked like some kind of fibre or something stuck inside the headset. It was definitely not external. But yeah, this little scratch is right at the bottom of one of the lenses, and you can only really see it when the visor is pulled all the way out. When you put it close to your face and you get it right in the right position, you really can't see it unless you, in certain circumstances, like there has to be a certain contrast, dark lightness going on down the bottom, and also you have to really be looking for it, and you have to also kind of tilt your eyes down and kind of. Basically, it's not an issue, so I'm not bothered in the slightest. I'm not going to bother trying to send it off again. I'm happy to have this one. It's definitely an improvement on my last headset, which I got second-hand. Word of advice, don't buy a virtual reality headset second-hand. There's too many things that can be an issue with it. And once you've got your own headset, you want to look after it a lot. So start with a new one if you can. Or if you get a second-hand one, just check it out first. I couldn't do that because I got it on eBay, but anyway. So that's sorted. Kind of. But yeah, I do hope they patch this audio issue. I got some more pickups. Is it just 3? I thought it was 4. Where's the other one? Oh, I've left it over there. 1 second. I'm just going to go all the way over here and try not to break anything. And I'm back. Did you miss me? Right. Why the hell did I go all the way over there earlier on to pick up the games for this video and only picked up 3 of them and left 1 there? Bizarre. Anyway, here we go. So this one came about half an hour after I finished filming the last video, and it is Werewolves Within. Now, this seems like a pretty interesting game. Haven't played it yet, can't give you an opinion on it, but I've seen people enthuse about it quite a lot. It's quite a unique concept. It's basically you sat around in a circle with a bunch of other players, multiplayer, and you have to figure out who is the secret werewolf. And if you are the werewolf, of course, your goal is to avoid detection. So it's like each player is given certain character traits and things like this, and obviously everyone has access to bits of information that everyone else doesn't, that kind of thing. But yeah, it sounds like it could be a lot of fun. I really want to get cracking and have a go on this. Hopefully I'll be able to find some games, some people to play with. You know, one of the only issues really with PSVR is that when it comes to multiplayer, it's been a bit difficult to kind of coordinate and find matches, because obviously it's a relatively small user base compared to a normal console. And obviously there's quite a lot already of really good multiplayer games. So that small number already is spread out over quite a lot of games. So it's not been that easy to find games sometimes. But the PSVR community has come up with a brilliant idea, and they're now coordinating by putting out a kind of monthly schedule. So they're going to kind of stick to certain games on certain days like that, and that way everyone's going to congregate on certain games at the same time. So that's really, really cool, and I hope that persists, because that's a brilliant idea. And yeah, I haven't even really done a lot of online virtual reality multiplayer gaming yet, and I really want to, because yeah, to be in those worlds with other people, I'm sure that kicks it up even further, another notch, the immersion and stuff. So that's cool. But yeah, werewolves within, that sounds pretty sweet. Right, what have we got next? I got this one next. This is VR Carts. Why am I making a face? This got pretty bad reviews, basically. It's not regarded as very good. But I bought it because, like I said before, I'm kind of considering going for a full set physical on PSVR. That's not difficult. It's not a huge number of physical releases for it. There are one or two, yeah, that are kind of release prices still, and they're turkeys, and I'm probably not going to get them unless I can get lucky and find them cheap. I found this one for 25 quid, which is, you know, it was 20 quid less than some of the other listings, which made me think, ooh, I'll probably end up seeing it out in the wild for like 10 quid or something in the future, but, or maybe not. I don't even know if this got a release in England. Although everything's in English on the back. I don't know. Can anyone tell me? See USA. This looks like a US release. In fact, let me look. Peggy. ESRB. Which one is our rating? I can never bloody remember. It's got to be Peggy. It's got to be Peggy, hasn't it? Right, so maybe this did come out here. But I haven't seen it around. I don't think there was many copies of it released physically, basically. There's not a lot of them out there. Anyway, I have played it now, and I actually think it's all right. I mean, it's very basic. You know, if you went into it expecting Mario Kart in virtual reality, you're going to be disappointed. But as a proof of concept, at least, it shows that kart games can be pretty fucking sweet in VR. And yeah, it's really quite basic. You know, the controls are quite basic. There's not really an effective drift mechanic, which is obviously, you know, one of the funnest things in all racing games is drifting. You can sort of do it using boosts and such, but yeah, it's all right. It's not. I don't think it's terrible. I've been having fun with it, and it doesn't go as fast as you'd like it to. It's pretty slow. Although maybe, I don't know if there's some extra difficulty level that'll come later on. I don't know, but it is quite slow. But it's, you know, it's nicely real. The levels are nicely drawn, and yeah, it doesn't. I don't think have more. Does it have multiplayer? No, oh yeah, no, it does. But I couldn't get a game. Again, this is one of the games that I thought would be really good multiplayer, but I haven't been able to get a game yet. I've tried a couple of times and just sit in this empty lobby. So I'll have to consult that that schedule and see if this is on that list, because I think that would be pretty sweet multiplayer. Yeah, it's quite basic for a kart game, but it gives me hope that an even better kart game will be possibly made one day for PSVR. Not totally shit, I don't think. Maybe my standards are low, I don't know. Anyway, there it is. Next one is Loading Human. Don't know a lot about this. Haven't played it yet. Really, kind of the first couple of minutes. It's kind of story driven. Is it point and click? I think there's free movement in it. You're using the move controllers, so you're using your hands to interact with stuff like that naturally. And I really like the VR games that use the move controllers. It's really nice to have your hands in the world with you as kind of points of reference that relate to your physicality. You know, it really helps with immersion. And yeah, so well, I'm intrigued. We shall see what it's like. I think that was about 15 quid off a flea beer. But it's Loading Human Chapter 1. So this is likely going to be like episodic. Hopefully it will get finished. You know, I don't know. I mean, hopefully it will. The rest of it will come out. If that's, I mean, that looks like that's the intention. Chapter 1. But I don't like episodic content. I really don't like that. You know, I want a full game to be complete from start to finish in one thing. I don't have to buy multiple things, and I don't think it's good for the developers because you're going to lose sales. You know, there's going to be a certain percentage of people that buy the first bit of it and never get around to buying the second bit. So, you know, you really, I'm not a fan of episodic stuff. I'm really not. But we shall see. Again, got it because it's a physical release on PSVR. And nice to have them. Gotta have them all. Yeah. Anyway, what virtual reality games should be, according to Shack News, that I've never heard of. But it says, experience the most immersive sci-fi adventure virtual reality has to offer. You have been called on to retrieve an elusive energy source located deep in space. But before you can embark on your quest, a series of unforeseen events will make you question everything you thought to be true. It sounds like in this one you don't even get to go on the main journey. We'll see. Anyway, Loading Human. Right. This one is Robinson the Journey. This was touted as one of the games that can get you motion sick. But it hasn't made me sick at all. I do have my VR legs though. I've said before, that is definitely a real thing. I felt completely comfortable with it. Moving around the world was fine. The controls work great. The graphics are nice. It was cool to just explore and find these little puzzles and things to do. And there's kind of like a Pokemon element to it. You don't fight with the animals, but there's lots of little creatures around, and you have to log them and take pictures and stuff like that. So it always has you on the lookout for new things to notice. I've only played a little bit of it so far, but what I have was pretty sweet. Yeah, I quite liked it so far. I've heard it's fairly short. That's quite common with a lot of PSVR games, as we have discussed. This is by Crytek, who I think have an office, if not based, in Nottingham, which is where I'm from. So that's cool. But Robinson the Journey, yeah, not bad. That was, how much was that? £20. 20 English pounds. So that's it. Yeah, I'm cracking on with this PSVR collection. There really isn't that many left. Physical releases, yeah. Again, just those couple of stinkers that are going for a bit more. Summer Lesson is still hovering around 40, 45 quid. And I'm not willing to pay 45 quid for that game, man. If you know anything about Summer Lesson, or if you don't rather, it's a slightly creepy kind of teacher sim. You're kind of hanging out in this young Japanese girl's bedroom, trying to teach her stuff. You're a tutor. So it's, yeah, it was just slightly creepy, but it doesn't actually, it's not a dating sim, so there's no progression to the creepiness. There's just a very subtle, slight, ever-present creepiness to the fact that, what am I doing here, sat in this girl's room, and such. But anyway, I'm not really interested in that one. And what was the other one? There was something else. There was another one that, oh, well, there's a few kind of cheaper ones that are just look shite. Ping Pong, Hustle Kings, Motor Racer 4, Trackmania Turbo. If I see them cheap, I'll get them. Tekken 7 has VR as a VR mode, but I don't think it's got it on the box. I don't think it says PSVR compatible on the box. This is going to be a thing. I think that'll be my my only requirement, is that for a game to be legitimately considered as in the physical PSVR collection, it needs to have this on the box. PSVR required or compatible. There's some that say compatible, or game if you're from America. But yeah, I don't know if Tekken 7 does, because it's a very small amount of VR content. That might happen more in the future, where you see kind of main releases, but with a little bit of VR content. And I'm not going to include those in the full set collection because, you know, just a little bit tacked on. It's not really legit PSVR game. But there's a lot of cool stuff coming soon. Yeah, there's a lot of nice stuff coming out. I just hope some of them, please, get physical releases. I ain't getting digital. Anyway, this video is long by my standards. I'll cut it off. Alright guys, I've got to reach around